All right, and we're live.
One sec. Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm ready to start now.
Oh my gosh, you ruined my camera.
Did I actually?
Yes, you came over and punched the lens. Now it's like broken.
Oh, I actually did. My bad. Bro, why do you have like some stinking like 360 quality right now?
360. What the heck does that mean?
I don't know. 360p?
Oh, that's the what you mean. Okay, I'm back.
But you
Fix
meant
the
like
camera.
the console, like, bro, you playing this on a
Ha! What are you doing?
But the real question is PS3 or 360?
360. Of course.
Okay, that's our official answer here on this show. All right, so I'm gonna start this off with this is chapter 4 of Grimm Tales of Grimm. We got player Grimm and commentator Cameron, and yeah, that's about it. Anything you guys want to say?
You didn't ask for introductions.
Yeah, we're already on chapter 4. Do you really think we need introductions?
Just ask them.
All right, Ben, would you like to introduce yourself?
No.
Bro,
Yeah,
that's
dude.
so funny. Cameron, would you like to introduce yourself?
My name's Cameron, and you're watching Lots of Bugs.
All right. So, and
Did we
I'm
write a good
Riley.
mythical
I'm the
morning
GM.
theme?
I think you did.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. So, with that, is there anything that we want to say before we begin here? I just want to kick it off.
Did we recap the last one?
Oh, yeah, great. Both of you, recap.
Yeah.
Take it away, Grimm.
Okay, so basically, the last episode was kind of like a filler. Apparently, it lasted. It was fun. No, I was kidding. But basically, Leo, not. Oh wow, who's that?
What?
Grimm.
What?
You told her last episode.
I did. So Grimm ripped his shirt for like a little flexing comp. And then Hander and the boys showed up to my party that I'm having at Larissa's place that I'm crashing on the couch at. They tore up the place, made it smell like ale.
Well, I mean, it kind of
excuse
already
me.
sounded like that, or smelled like that, but whatever.
True. Anyways, it drained into the boards. We had to change them, and we didn't actually change the boards. But basically, I had to go find a new shirt. I bought like a pretty cool like explorer's outfit, so that's pretty cool. Has like a cloak on it. I held my sword like actually in like the thing where you hold a sword. And then I met with because basically she was like Larissa was like, bro, you gotta find some ale that doesn't get people sick. I'm like, okay, fine. Couldn't have lasted forever. So I am asking around town and end up finding out that there's this like new guy that's making some ale. Apparently his name is Lilro. And I invested in him and I gave him 100 gold. Just to help him get started on the ale, like literally ASAP. Which now that I think about it, it probably would have been cheaper to buy barrels of it.
Probably.
But oh well. You know.
Hey, now you own stock in a promising company.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. And then I go over to Larissa's place because we have some relationship going on, you know, and we're getting ready for the night to begin and the festivities to start. And a brick gets thrown through the window. So I'm like, bro, who could it be besides Hander and the boys?
Well, actually, what happened was...
No, we're not talking about that because I messed up.
Wait,
Your
wait,
reaction
wait,
after
wait.
hearing a crash, is to yell out your sister cousin's name.
No, it was literally a complete accident. It wasn't even like a mistake in them. It was just like, bro, it's fantasy. Like, you know, all these names sound similar. Whatever.
Dude, it's some kind of fantasy, all right.
So it was a simple mistake. All right.
All right. Well, we got the with the Grimm's Tales of Grimm, we got the incestual fantasy, and with Cameron's playthrough, we got the gay furry fantasy.
That's
So
true.
Well,
Kinda
just
balances
because you
out.
guys attribute those traits to that doesn't mean that's actually what's going on.
We are including everyone.
You don't know what my plans are for that series.
True. Anyways, sorry. Basically, I chase down Hander and the boys while he's naked. I'm scaring this guy with my sword, and I cut off his most valuable asset. And then take his gold. And then I leave, and then finish the night as it was intended. So yeah.
all right. So I think that was a good recap. Anything to add, Cameron?
Nope, that seems about right.
Oh.
What happened?
My bad. I just realized I had an ice cube in my sock, and it started melting, and I was like, bro, that was real cold. So,
What the heck?
oh crap.
What the
Okay, I'm good.
Why is it
My
always
bad.
with you, Ben? These starts are the worst. Like the literal worst.
These are great. Shut up.
All right.
Don't.
Well, with that, let us begin. So this is after the night goes by, the whole fade to black thing, and you are sleeping, Grimm, and you have a dream. It seems to be like a voice that is very familiar to you, although you can't put your finger on it, and it says to you, "You must choose." And in your dream, you seem to look around, and you are on a rail, and the rail splits into 3 paths. You can look down each corridor if you'd like.
Sure, but who's the voice speaking to me? Who does it sound like?
It almost sounds like your uncle's, but not really your uncle's.
Okay. Yeah. What are these paths?
Okay, so which one do you wish to look down first? Left, right, or center?
I'll start with left.
All right. So the left one. Pull this up. All right. So, down the left path, you see a chariot riding into the night during a thunderstorm, and in it, you see what seems to be a very familiar-looking face of a male and a female holding a baby, looking down. You recognize this baby as you, even though you haven't really seen you as a baby. You feel it's somewhat of a connection.
Sweet. Middle.
All right. So you look down the middle path, and you see what seems to be you looking down one of the corridors, looking at yourself.
Ooh, so past, present. I'm assuming the next one's future. What's the next one have for us?
The third one, you look down, and you see 2 females talking to each other. It seems to be your cousin and your girlfriend.
Oh, awkward. I gotta not go down that one.
Potential love interests in the same room.
No. I must choose what? That was in character. My bad.
Okay. You don't hear a response.
I figured. Okay. I'll go down the left.
Okay. As you go down the left, you approach the chariot, and they both look at you and smile. And with that, you wake up.
Where do I wake up?
You wake up in what seems to be like Larissa's bed. She does not seem to be there.
Yeah. Oh well. What time is it?
It seems to be about early morning.
I'm gonna go to the tavern and get ready for my shift.
All right. With that, you see Larissa sort of cleaning in the living room, the little spots that were left, and she says, "Are you heading off to work?"
Yes, I am.
All right. Well, have fun.
Thanks. You too.
All right. So, do you head to work?
Uh-huh.
All right. So, you head to work, and you continue to work for the rest of the day. You eventually just work your shift, and do you wish to go back to Larissa's place?
What time is it?
This is after work, so it seems to be about 9:30.
I want to go to the boss. I need to go to the boss.
Yeah.
Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Go to the boss.
So you go back to his room, and he looks up and says, "What do you need, Grimm?"
I'd care to apologize, first thing. Yesterday was, unfortunate, to say the least. Can assure you I've got new clothes now, as you can see. And I do the spin around for him.
Okay.
So I'm here on time now for my shift. Please forgive me. I am really sorry about that. Do you have anything else to say?
He finishes writing on his paper, and he hands you the slip, and he says, "You may read it.
This is what?
Your 2 weeks."
I'm getting fired.
Yes, you are.
For what?
For showing up to my tavern in almost no clothes, covered in blood.
It was simply a misunderstanding. I can assure you I'm not in one-time offense.
He looks over.
I hand him back the 2-week notice. I said, we're going to just forget about this. I'm going to show up early for my future shifts. I'll stay a bit longer if you need. But I've been nothing but employee of the month, or months.
He does not take back the slip, and he looks over at you and says, "Look, you have promised, kid, but you can't do that to an employer. And especially when I tell you to leave, you need to just leave."
I see that. So, you are terminating me?
Yes, but, here, let me show you something. And he reaches into his desk, and he pulls out a gold sack, and he says, "Here, I'm paying you in advance for these next 2 weeks. Just work out these next 2 weeks, and you're gonna have to find another line of work." He looks over at you and says, "I've seen what you can do with the people. I mean, you'd be great in sales, but I also have seen you do other things." And he says that, he points towards your sword and says, a liner of adventuring wouldn't be bad for you.
I guess, but how do I even get started on something like that?
I actually might be able to help you with that. It's the least I can do.
Okay.
All right, so he walks over to the door and he says, "Please follow me."
I follow.
All right. Let me pull up something. He leads you towards more of the middle of the town where the people are gathering, and he leads you over to a signpost, and he says, "Here, this is the quest wall.
I see.
If you wish to do adventure work, I've heard of many people sort of going around the different parts of Nabia and outside the walls into the wilderness, and being able to find some things. But that's no guarantee, so that's why I would recommend the quest wall." He points over to the sign, and you see 2 slips of paper.
I approach them.
All right. So, on it, you see what seems to be like 2 notes. Give me a second. I'm pulling them up. He says this will have a mixture of adventuring jobs and also what seem to be like freelance work. And he says, "Good luck with you. You may take the day off to look for work."
Well.
Also,
I guess,
what is 2 weeks of work for you? What is that?
I get paid 2 gold a day plus whatever my tips are.
Okay. Well, you don't get any tips, obviously. So.
I don't?
Well, not yet, because you haven't worked the days.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
So he gives you 2 gold a day times 7. So 2 times 7, 14 times 2 is 28. So you get 28 gold.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you, I guess.
Yeah, he says, "Don't worry about it," and he walks off.
Blasted. Well, I take a look at those papers.
All right. So, you look at the two papers, and one seems to be a sort of more adventure job. It says squirrel hunting. Squirrel has been seen in town stealing jewelry from citizens. We think there might be more than one squirrel involved. They always head west after the theft. They need to be captured or killed. As a bonus available if stolen items are returned.
Okay, and the other one?
The other one seems to be more like a freelance job.
What does freelance mean?
So it basically means it won't be recurring. It's more of a one-off situation. So, you see that it seems to be written in shaky handwriting and says, some thugs took my my copper pouch. I will give a reward if it's returned to me.
Yeah, I'll take both of them.
Oh, you're just taking them off the wall?
Yeah.
Okay, so put it in your inventory.
Cameron, which one should I do first? The thugs, it's probably going to be a bit more difficult, but I
Well,
don't know.
one thing to take into consideration is,
4 HP.
well, I was just gonna say, Rissus, if you ever doing adventuring, to take her with you, so maybe you can talk about it with her.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got it.
All right, so what do you want to do?
I guess I'll go back to the place, to the house.
All right. So, as you head back, you see Larissa is done cleaning and is putting out some snacks.
How about an adventure?
She looks at you and
Given-
says, "What do you mean?"
Well, we're not going far, but would you like to beat up some thugs with me?
She says, "Well, that sounds fun and all, but I don't really have any training for that."
I mean, neither do I. I mean,
Oh, you're looking for adventure work, aren't you?
I got fired from my job this morning.
Oh, I see.
'Cause
Should I ask?
I showed up to work in your robe, and it had some blood on it.
Why'd you show up to work with my robe on?
Because I didn't have a shirt.
Oh, I see.
Yes. So, the least you could do is pay me back by helping me fight these thugs.
She looks over at you and says, "Listen, the only way I will fight anyone is if I had a weapon on me, which I don't."
I mean, those looks could kill, baby. Haha, I give her a wink.
Make sure you make a persuasion check with that.
Did you just call her ugly?
I said baby.
But
Oh,
you said
natural
it was a
20!
kill.
She sort of laughs to herself and looks to you and says, "Hey, I'll join you as long as you buy me a weapon to defend myself."
How much are weapons around there?
I have no idea. I've never been in the market for weapons.
Going to talk to some minutes.
How about this? Let's go find a weapon. You could use your, persuasiveness to lower the cost of it, and then, Do you get? Do you smell what I'm stepping in?
She says, "No. Are you implying that I should buy it for myself?"
No, of course not.
So you're paying for it.
Well, maybe we could do a little. Okay, I'll pay for it.
All right, let's go. And she starts walking out the door.
Got it. Where on earth are the weapons at?
Okay, she turns towards you and says, "Well, there are multiple shops here, if that's what you're asking."
Okay, yeah, I'll just walk around a few of them. Say, excuse me, are you selling some deadly weapons?
Wait a minute. She will tell you where the markets are.
Oh.
I do know a particular place he could go to buy a weapon.
Josh, I didn't watch the session. And I don't even know who it is.
Session. Who says I was referring to any other session?
Okay. She tells you there's a blacksmith / weaponsmith that we could go to, or there's a general store.
Blacksmith / weaponsmith.
Well, which one do you want to go to?
We'll do weaponsmith.
Okay, so you approach the weaponsmith and eventually get over there, and seems to be multiple people working. And you approach up, and it seems like a giant minotaur stands in front of you and says, "What can I get you?"
Sir, my name is Grimm. This is my
Sorry, you cut out?
Oh, sorry. This is my name is Grimm, sir, and my lovely partner, Larissa, and we are here to examine a few blades. Maybe we can see what's best for her and what suits her better, and perhaps make a little agreement.
He looks at her up and down and says, "She is weak. She could only handle dagger."
I kind of look at her like, does this Minotaur look like scary at all?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I kind of like whisper to her. I was like, I'm kind of scared. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that you are weak, okay?
She looks over at you and says, "Hey, look, I'm not weak. I can handle myself." And the Minotaur looks down and says, "Scrawny human."
Well, not all of us can be big bulls, so, forgive us. But, anyways, if a dagger is all you have, may I inspect, or maybe do I know anything about weapons?
Not really, no. All you know is you have a short sword. That's it.
Like, here, Larissa, hold this. And I give her my short sword.
All right, she picks it up.
Try, don't hit anyone, but try, practicing with it. How is it? How does it
All right.
feel?
So, she tries swinging it. And with that, she seems to swing it very well, with one hand.
Does it feel comfortable? Is it too heavy?
She says it feels fine. I mean, it's just kind of a metal stick. And the Minotaur looks angry at her, and he says, "It is not stick. This is made out of silver." It's
Silver.
He looks down at it and says, "This has been crafted by the most specialty weaponsmith of all land." And he hands it back to her and says, "Pay more respect for weaponsmith."
Yes, sir. She didn't mean that. And I kind of take my short sword back and say, "All I'll do is short sword for the lady, then."
He looks back and says, "Son, short sword." And you hear back a nod, and they start making it. And he says, "It will take a day to make sword."
Day to make it. So you don't have any of them pre-made, maybe?
If you want pre-made, we can only offer iron.
And what's the difference?
Well, and he gives the sword, one of the swords laying in the back counter, to Larissa. She swings it again, a little bit less accurately. She says, "This is fine too. I don't really care."
Are you sure? Can it be? I just don't want you to accidentally hit me in the back or something.
She turns towards you and says, "Don't worry." And she swings it and gets in almost like a battle stance. And you can see she's uncoordinated, but she's doing her best.
I guess that'll do. How much for the sword?
He looks back at his prices written on a parchment paper, and he tells you that it will be 10 GP.
You want to call it 5 GP?
He says, "All right, get out of my sight." And he grabs the sword out of Larissa's hand and throws it down. He says, "I don't have respect for people who barter."
Fine. How about this? 10 GP, but also, I have a question.
11 GP.
11, so you're counting 1 GP for the question?
I count 1 GP for you losing my respect.
I see. Okay. 12 GP, and you can answer my question.
Deal. And he gives you the sword.
Alright. Alright, and I hand him my sword. I say, "Can you tell me where this is from? Where this was made, even? I'm not sure. This was given to me."
He sets it down for a moment and brings out a almost seeing glass, and he looks at it and inspects it. he tells you that it seems to be made long ago by some far weaponsmith that he's never seen before. And although the metal seems to be the hardy iron that he usually uses, it seems to be lined with silver. And the handle seems to be crafted in a way where movement and accuracy seem to be its main strong suit.
I see. Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
He hands you back the weapon and says, "If you wish to give me any more weapons to inspect, I will do for free."
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Now, we only sell weapons here, right? I'm assuming the blacksmith is where I can get shields, maybe.
Yes.
All right, well, thank you for your business. Your name again?
He says, I'm gonna have to pull it up.
My bad.
Okay. Cameron, do you know his name?
I think so.
Yeah, what's his name?
Do you just want me to go ask him?
Sure. Let's do that
Okay,
real
I'll be back in
quick.
a second.
Obviously, this is Eli's dad from the Minotaur Memoirs. So that's why we need to look it up.
Oh, my body hurts.
Bruce.
Bruce. It says his name's Bruce.
All right.
Bruce Battleheart.
All right.
Well, thank you, Bruce. I will definitely be coming back. Appreciate it.
All right. So with that, you wish to head to the blacksmith?
Yes.
Okay. So you eventually head over to the blacksmith, and you see a sort of gruff-looking older man with a unibrow, and he looks over at you and says, "How may I help?"
Hello, my name's Grimm. Yours?
"My name Urug."
Urog. Nice to meet you. I am here to purchase some protection.
"I can give shield, and I can give armor."
It's like, I will be right back. I'm sorry.
Okay. So, Cameron. Cameron, you there?
Hello, I'm back.
Hi.
Hey. Sorry, I was
Sorry,
muted.
our
I was gonna
player
say-
just left.
Yeah, I saw that. I was going to tell the people at home if they are interested in learning about Bruce the Battleheart and his weaponsmith place. They
That
could
would be
watch the
great. Could
Minotaur
you give a little?
Memoirs.
Could you give a little rundown of who they are?
Oh, I was just going to plug the thing and have them watch it for themselves. But as we learned in the Minotaur Memoirs, they are a weaponsmith family of Minotaurs that we met in campaign played by Eli, and the son that he was yelling at to make the sword was probably either Dag, Dig, or Doug, one of three. So they, I don't know what else to say other than that. But
Okay. That was a good rundown. All right. You know what? We will be right back after these short messages. All right, and we're back. Sorry about that, boys.
Sorry.
Okay, so he says he sells armors and shields.
Okay, well, something to not, or something to help prevent me dying.
All right, well, I should let you know that out of game, if you wear armor that you're not proficient in, you have disadvantage on any ability check, saving throw, or attack roll that involves strength or dexterity. And you
I
can't,
get
you can't
proficient
cast
in
spell.
it by... How do I even get proficient in it then?
Practice during level
So
1.
by what? By wearing it?
Yeah, during level 1. You can't do it during level 0.
I see. Well, then I'll just pretend to like walk around looking at everything and then just
Okay.
kinda, like, leave.
All right. So, your girlfriend asks you, so why did we go to the blacksmith in the first place?
Because I'm not proficient in it. Out of game. End game. Oh, it's overrated anyways.
Well, all right. I mean, I'm ready to go catch some thieves.
Yeah. So, does the note refer to like where they would be at all, or?
Not really, but you can ask around if you'd like.
Yeah, I'd go ask if I know where she is. I'd ask the lady that got robbed.
Okay. You don't, but well, actually, no. On the right in the note, it would say where it was actually a young boy.
Oh. Yeah, I'll ask that boy.
Okay. So you just follow the letter over to where it says his house is.
Yeah.
All right. You eventually knock on the door, and a elderly woman answers and says, "Yes, how may I help you?"
Hi. Wait, what's the name on the note?
It says Elvis.
Hi, is Elvis here?
He says, "Yes, my little princess is here," and she brings out a boy with sort of long-looking blonde hair, and says, "Hey, is it about that note I left on the wall?"
Yes.
He says, "Listen, I can tell you anything. It's just I don't want my grandma knowing."
Of course.
All right, so
I
he
just
heads outside and tells you, "Well, let me bring up the map." Not Raccoon. Nabia. Tells you that he got mugged by the thieves over in Docksward.
I see. Well, how many?
He says that it was just a couple kids.
Couple kids. How old?
He says about my age. He looks to be about 13.
Okay, so these aren't thugs, boy.
He says, "Yeah, they are."
They're bullies. Bullies are
No,
handled
they're
by...
thugs.
Okay, well, what is the
They will
price
taste
of...
the steel of my blade.
What's the price of catching these boys?
He says, "I can give you 1 gold."
I look over at Larissa.
And she shrugs her shoulders and says, "This is your thing. I'm just along for the ride."
Gold. Now, I am putting my life on the line here. These boys are ruthless. You know, they're able to rob a 13-year-old. Imagine what they're willing to do to an adult like me.
He
I
looks
think
at you and says, "Imagine what they'll do to me if I go after them."
Exactly. That's why this is a dangerous task, and this price needs to be raised.
Oh my god!
Make a persuasion check.
You're gonna barter with a little kid?
21.
All right.
Oh my
So
gosh.
he looks down for a moment and says, "I'll be willing to put in 5 silver also. Just make sure it comes back intact."
Absolutely. So, do you want these boys to die, or do you want them to get beat up? Do you want me to scare them?
He sort of looks at you for a moment and says, "You're killing them?"
No, of course not. I just don't know what you're doing. You're paying me for your works. I'm simply the mercenary.
He looks down and says, "I don't want to kill anyone."
Got it. Then I will bring back... What am I even getting? Your purse?
No, it's a coin sack.
It's like, how much coin is in it?
Well, I mean, it was originally like, I don't know, like 6 gold, I think.
Okay. I will be back.
All right. So, Larissa follows you over to, I assume you want to go to Docksward, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you head over to Docksward, over to the east, and eventually you get over there, and you see a lot of fishermen sort of around the docks, and you also see some alleyways with some people going in and out of them.
So, we're just looking for some boys that look like thugs, like bullies.
Who are you asking this to?
Larissa.
She looks over at you and says, do you want to split up?
Sure. What's a code that we have when we find them?
I don't know. I'll just find you and say, hey, I found the kids.
How about this? Babe, the bully's over here.
She looks embarrassed for a moment and says, sure.
Okay, great.
All right,
And then,
so
yeah.
she heads over to the docks with the fishermen and starts making idle chat.
And then I'm gonna do basically the same thing. Just kind of walk around, like, saying, have you guys seen some, punk-looking kids?
All right, make a persuasion check for some people.
All right. 14.
So eventually, some people look at you and say, well, you're probably talking about the back alley boys.
That's a name?
Yeah, it's a little club that some of the kids have.
Yeah. Okay. Where are the back alley boys?
They look at you and say, you probably don't want to mess with the back alley boys.
How tough could they be?
They sort of look at you and say, well, the last kid they beat up, got beat up pretty bad.
Okay. Just point me in the direction, please.
They point down a certain alleyway.
Thank you. And then I say, I shout out, babe, I found the bullies.
She looks over at you and looks down for a moment and says, wait, that was the code word, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, dear.
All right, she runs over with her sword out and pointed forward.
No, okay, no. Hun, we aren't trying to kill these, okay?
Well, yeah, it's just for dramatic effect.
I actually agree with you. Intimidation is the factor. So apparently what we're going up against is a 13-year-old part of a group called the Back Alley Boys.
She looks over at you and says, they're 13?
Yes.
She says, well, we should be able to intimidate them out of more than just this coin sack.
Okay, maybe, but we, if we rob them, then, doesn't that make us bad?
She looks over at you and says, well, I mean, they're beating kids up. We got to put them in their place somehow, right?
We'll see what happens. We'll handle it by ear. But they're also 13, dear. It couldn't be, we'll just see what happens,
She looks at you and says, again, I'm just along for the ride. I'm just looking for a little fun.
Okay. And I start walking towards the alley.
All right. So you walk into the alley, and from beyond there, you see not many people. And eventually it opens up into almost a little pocket in there. And you can hear bard music being played as some kids are sort of leaned up against some of the dumpsters. And they seem to be drinking what seems to be ale. There seems to be about 10 of them.
Oh, shoot. My boy says 3. Okay, whatever. We're 2. So, you must be the Back Alley Boys.
One of them looks over at you, seems to be a human that looks about 12-ish, and he walks up to you and says, what's it to you?
What's it to you is you robbed the head of the head guard's son.
He looks over at you and says, I don't remember that.
Well, he says otherwise. And let's just say we're the middlemen. We're here to deal with you before the guards are all noted, okay? And trust me, you do not want the guards to know. I've spent at least a year in the jail, and it is not fun, I will tell you that.
You can see out of the corner of your eye, Larissa's trying to balance her sword on one finger.
Okay, Larissa, let's just hold the sword, dear.
Oh, yeah. And she holds it and then sort of points it out at the boy and says, give us your money.
Oh, no. Don't give us... All right, give us the coin purse that you stole.
Yes, that's what I
all.
meant.
Okay. Just give us the coin purse.
All right, make an intimidation check.
20.
20. All right.
No way, dude.
Not natural.
So
17.
eventually the kid sort of reaches up the purse and says, is this what you want?
I mean, I did ask for it.
He throws it over on the side and says, go fetch.
Okay. So, I told my, dear friend here that we're not going to kill you if you were to hand it over. So, to try any funny business, I will more than happy than to rub you in the dirt.
He looks over at you and says, try it. My boys will back me up.
Well, since we're all here telling, some stories and make-believe stuff of what you and your boys are going to be doing to us, you know what I did? The first thing I did with this sword?
Yeah, what?
There was this guy who threw a rock through my window. Didn't even hit any of us. Didn't even scare me. I never get scared. But, the rock called me a bad name and my friend a bad name. And what I did is I simply just cut off his balls. So,
make an
boys,
intimidation check.
Do you still have them with you?
Natural 20, dude.
Oh my gosh. He looks over at you and says, hey, listen, we just wanted to rough him up a little bit. And he reaches into his pockets and throws out 6 gold coins and says, that was in the sack. I promise. There's nothing more.
All good. Now, are you boys gonna behave?
Yeah, of course. Let's just head out, guys.
Yeah, I don't want to be coming back here to fight off these back alley boys, okay?
He says, yeah. And as they pack up their stuff, they start walking towards the other direction and one of them says, rock 'em! And they all grab rocks and start throwing them at you, and they run away. So, what's your armor class?
It's 10.
10, all right.
Wait, no. It's 11.
All right, I'm rolling. Oh my gosh. I'm rolling 10 rocks here. All right. So they try to pelt you and Larissa as they run away. It seems that one,
So theoretically,
two,
I've never been a,
3, 4,
So
5.
they have some accurate aim from running away and still being able to throw?
They stopped, threw the rocks, and then are running away afterwards.
I see. Okay.
So, 5 of them hit you and Larissa. 3 of them hit Larissa, 2 of them hit you. And it does a total of... Oh my gosh. 2 bludgeoning damage for you and 3 for Larissa.
Gosh.
Is she alive?
Yes, she's alive, but barely. One of the rocks caught her head, and she's like bleeding from her temple.
Oh my gosh.
Larissa, are you okay?
She looks over you through kind of laughs, and she says, "Oh man, those kids, they sure pack a punch."
Are you like legitimately okay though?
I'd probably need to go lie down.
Let's take you to the medic just to make sure you've got no brain damage.
She says, well, I think I'll be fine. I just need a rest, okay?
No. And I start kind of like pulling her over to the egg chapel.
All right, sure. And you both head over there. You eventually get there, and what do you do?
It's the future.
What?
What?
Okay, I knock, or I go in, I say, excuse me, we need some medical help here.
A priest walks up to you and says, "Of course, my child. Here, please rest here." And he brings out 2 beds for you two. Do you wish to lie down?
I'm not lying down. I'm just standing up looking all tough. I might sit down though.
Okay. Larissa sits down also, and she sort of rubs her temple and like looks confused for a moment. And eventually, another priestess walks over and brings out almost like a cloth and pours some green substance on it and starts dabbing Larissa's forehead, and then she dabs where the rocks hit you. You regain your hit points.
Nice. Awesome.
She looks over at you and both and says, "Oh, praise be the Lord." And she looks over at both of you and says, "It seems like you've all fully recovered. That means you just owe us 1 gold and 5 silver."
1 gold and 5 silver.
Yes.
Thank you. And I hand over the 1 gold, 5 silver.
All right. So Larissa looks over at you and says, "Wow, that really did the trick."
Yeah. Great. Let's go turn this boy's gold back.
She looks over at you and says, "Yeah, sure." And she's laughing the entire way of what just happened. And eventually you get to the boy's house, and do you knock on the door?
Yes.
All right. The boy enters or exits and says, "Oh, really? You got it done that quickly?"
Yes.
All right. Well, let me see it.
I hand him the gold.
All right. And he gives you 1 gold and 5 silver back.
No need to pay. No need to pay.
He says, "Oh, well, thanks."
Just the next time, it's going to cost you double. I just want to let you know that.
He says, "Don't worry, there won't be a next time." And he
Good.
shuts the door.
Well, that was a complete waste.
She looks over at you and says, "Oh, I don't know. I had a pretty good time."
We went on an adventure and actually came back and, with negative numbers. So,
She looks confused for a moment and says, "Oh, never mind."
profit-wise. Is that what you were questioning?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
No, please tell me now. I'm so captivated.
All right. Well, let's do some math here.
Okay.
The boy was gonna give us 1 gold. Then you chalked him up to 1.5. Then the kids they beat us up, and the priestess took 1 gold, 5 silver, right?
Yes.
And we got 1 gold, 5 silver from the boy, but you refused it. So technically, it's your fault that we didn't
But
break
technically,
even.
I had to buy you a sword to begin with, which was 10 gold. Those are some numbers you're missing.
Oh, I see. So, since you wanted to bring your girlfriend on the quest, that's still your fault.
So, what now?
I don't know. I kind of like this. Let's just keep doing it.
I'm out of a job, and I need something to bring in some gold.
She looks at you and says, "Well, don't worry about it. I'm sure there's a lot of things that we can do."
Like what? Kill squirrels is the other one that I have.
Yeah, that sounds fun. Plus, don't you have like 100 something gold?
Don't say my profits out loud. And no, I don't.
Oh, what happened to it all?
I made a bit of an investment. It's for the ale.
Really?
Well, yes. I mean, you did say I have to bring an ale or I can't sleep.
That's true. I did say that. Bit of a bad time to say that you really don't need to do that anymore.
Oh, really?
I mean, now that you're my boyfriend and all, you can pretty much stay in here without charge.
It definitely cost me 100 gold. It's the
You
best
spent 100 gold?
Well, I'm gonna keep this quiet though between just you and me.
She's looking down and she starts laughing again hysterically. And she says, "You spent 100 gold. On what?"
On nothing. The guy is making an apple ale recipe. It's not even completed yet. He hasn't even made an ounce of ale yet. Yeah, I gave him.
What's stopping him from skipping town?
My cousin recommended him. I was like, he sounds like a jolly fellow. I stopped by his place. He's an alchemist. He's over there, pointing the general direction. I say, so, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's not skipping town. He seemed, very happy that I gave him 100 gold. I mean, although who wouldn't?
Yeah. And she starts to get a little bit more worried on her face and says, "So, this job that you got fired from, was that your first job?"
Well, if you include me slaving away at the farm for many years, then yes. Or no. I don't know how I phrased the question, but basically yes.
She puts her hands in her head real quick and says, "Oh my." And
What?
she looks over at you and says, where would you be without me?" And she starts heading back and says, "Squirrel time?"
Sure.
All right. So, she says, "It's over in the east. Let's head over there."
Awesome.
All right.
Some squirrels.
So she heads over, and you guys are gonna go looking for squirrels, right?
Great. Yeah.
All
Wait
right.
for you to get rabies.
So, make a perception check.
That's intelligence, right?
No, it's wisdom.
Oh, thank God. Oh, it doesn't matter. That's a nat 1.
You don't see anything. On the other hand, Larissa doesn't spot anything either. You guys spent the rest of the day looking for squirrels in the forest.
Larissa, this is actually really annoying.
What?
There's no squirrels here.
Well, they said there
Wait,
was.
there's one. There's one. And then I stab like a rabbit.
There's no rabbit.
Dang it. The bit didn't even... I just stabbed the ground. Never mind. Never mind.
She starts laughing again and says, "Oh, if only jokes paid." And she looks over at you and says, "Well?"
That's it. I could just be everyone's favorite person ever and they'd pay me money.
No. Have you ever heard of a bard before?
A bard?
Yes.
Not for me, no.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Let's head home.
Alright.
So, so you guys head home, and she tries to go to bed after she prepares some food for you guys.
Yeah.
All right, so she heads to bed. Do you wish to head to bed also?
Yes.
All right. Eventually, if you want to continue down this path of adventuring for money, I'm going to have you, one, since it's kind of a freelance job, roll for how many adventures you complete, and two, see how much they pay for.
Okay.
All right. So you just take everything that you can every day.
Yeah.
All right.
You bring
So
Larissa with you all the time?
Yeah.
she wants to come. So
Wait.
all right. So eventually, you keep going on this adventuring stuff, and roll a, what would it be? Let's do a perception check for this.
19.
Oh wow!
Sweet.
So you find many adventures. Make a survival check to see how many you complete.
Natural 20!
All right, you
Dude.
complete all the
Oh,
adventures. They seem to be menial tasks, from breeding horses to going and finding squirrels who stole jewelry, and also every once in a while you hear something about the back alley boys. Do you wish to take those too?
This is such a miserable life.
I can't believe your rival is a 13-year-old boy.
Nice.
Low-key, though, I kind of want to beat him up. Actually... Oh, I'm about to really screw up here.
All right, so and then let's see how much money that'll be. I'm gonna roll behind the curtains. Okay, for the first week, you get 8 gold, which is pretty good.
It's alright.
Second week, you get 9 gold. Nice.
That's about the same as you were getting in your old job, minus tip.
Yeah.
Third week, you get 7 gold, not as much. Fourth week, you get 7 gold. Fifth week, and this is where we'll take a little pause, is 8 gold.
Nice.
All right, and since Larissa's paying for everything, you don't really need to worry about it.
Good. Awesome.
All right, so eventually, after some time of adventuring, you eventually get to the point where you are approached by your cousin again, and she knocks on your door.
I open the door.
All right, so she looks at you and says, Hey, nice to see you.
Good to see you too. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Listen, I gotta talk to you about something.
What's that something?
All right. She comes into the house and says, "All right, is it all right if I sit down?"
I believe so. Sure.
All right. So she sits down and she brings something out of her bag and sets it on the table. It seems to be a book, and says, "Have you seen this before?"
What is it?
She looks over at you and says, "Well, Uncle gave me a visit, and she told me, or he told me something. He told me that if we were going down this path, he was going to help us, whether he's here physically or not." And she opens the book, and it seems to be like fighting techniques. So she tells you that in here it teaches us how to fight. It seems to be written long ago.
I see. Why would he give this to you, though?
Well, I have told him about how I kind of want to leave after this, especially if I'm going to become a cleric.
A cleric?
Yes, I mean, I told you how the goddess was speaking to me.
Yes. Awesome. Well, I kind of take a look at the book.
You see many different techniques in the book, all a bit different fighting styles with swords and daggers and stuff.
Very cool. You wield a sword?
She says, "Well, ever since I got the book, I've been looking around for different weapons that I might use. I'm not sure yet."
I believe I have Mom or Dad's sword here. I'd love to kind of take a look at this too.
Yeah, that's why I was gonna bring it here. I'm gonna continue my studies as a cleric, and when I'm done, I think if I become a full-time cleric, I want to go adventuring.
Well, I guess that makes both of us. You're definitely welcome to adventure with me and Larissa.
Well, here, you two take this book for now and learn all you can from it.
See, thank you. And I've got to ask, did you get a dream recently?
She says, "No, what do you mean?"
I don't know. And I explained to her my dream that I had.
She looks over at you and says, "Well, do you have any idea what this might come from?"
When the elf stopped by my house, Uncle's house, he mentioned something about, I'm gonna live in the past or focus on the future or something on that sense, but
You don't remember what he said? Seems like it'd be something pretty important.
yeah, it's a blur, but I don't know. To be fair, I don't really like Uncle that much, so try not to really.
Listen, he's trying to do his best here. He's the one who gave us this book in the first place.
I see, but it's not your parents who he lied about.
Listen, I know you had a hard life or whatever, but you need to man up and just go with it, okay? Holding this grudge isn't going to make anything better for you.
Aren't you right? I wish I had the mindset of you, Ava.
She looks down for a moment and says, "I must be off towards the church. Sorry, this visit was brief, but here, I thought I might as well give that to you for now."
Well, thank you.
And with that, she leaves.
And I guess I'll just kind of study that book.
All right. Do you wish to just, for the next couple months, just do your adventuring stuff and also study the book?
Yeah, I'll tell Larissa about the book too, so we can both study and everything like that.
All right. So, is that the two things you're focusing on, or are you splitting your stuff with other things that I'm not sure about yet?
I'm gonna really kind of just I'm gonna study that book, and I kind of want to focus on getting a bit stronger and stuff like that.
All right. So, with that, let's do a survival roll for your living.
14.
All right. So, on average, you get about 7 gold a week, and with that, you go, let's say, for about 5 months.
Oh wow.
Yes. So 7 gold a week times 4 for a month. So 7 times 4 is what? 24?
28.
28.
28.
And then 28 times 5 is what?
140.
Okay. And you don't have any expenses because Lish is paying for everything.
Awesome. Wow. I just made my gold back. I'm at 205.
All right. So that's how much you make, and eventually, I'm gonna have you make a performance roll. This is gonna be determining your relationship with Larissa these 5 months.
Oh.
Woo! 22.
All right.
Oh,
You guys
okay.
seem to be going strong. You guys, even though she is paying for everything, she doesn't seem to mind. And she cooks and cleans and everything like that. You seem like she's finally settling down. With that, let's also make an investigation roll.
That's intelligence, right?
Yes, and that's how much you study the book.
I got a natural 20, and that's
Really?
my worst stat.
Really?
I have an 8 in the stat,
Oh
and I got a
my
natural
gosh.
20.
That's hilarious. You seem to be studying the book very, very well.
Man.
So, just with a little bit more study, you feel like you might get the hang of it. So, with that, let's upgrade some stuff. Could you tell me in the audience, well, one, your stats, two, your pool, and your skill proficiencies and your language/tool proficiencies.
Yes. Okay. So, starting with strength, going down. So 10, 12, 12, 8, 12, and 16.
Wow, that's very balanced.
Yes, it is.
All right, so
Anything else? For my proficiency.
yeah, skill proficiencies,
I'm proficient in persuasion.
persuasion, and tool/languages.
Weaver's tools and Orcish.
Okay. And what's your pool?
21 out of 45.
All right, let's upgrade some stuff. So, going down the list, some strength. We're going to upgrade your strength by 2 because you've been out adventuring and using your sword every once in a while to intimidate people, even though you don't actually use it on people. The most you do is on animals that are out in the wild. So let me know when you're done with that.
All right.
So
Gucci.
your dexterity is going to also be increased by 2 because you're adventuring.
Nice.
All right, let me know when you're done.
Yep.
So next is your constitution. I'm going to upgrade your... Wait, what is your constitution right now?
12.
12? I'm going to upgrade that by 1 because you're just eating well.
All right.
All right. And then next is your intelligence, right?
Yes.
I'm going to upgrade that by 1 just because you're studying in the books.
Go.
All right. Next is your wisdom, right?
Mhm.
I'm going to upgrade that by 1 just because of how much adventuring you're doing.
Okay.
And then your charisma, I'm going to upgrade by 2 because of your relationship with Larissa.
Nice.
So, what do we got in the pool left?
Well, my charisma is... So it's going to cost a bit more, though.
Yeah, we're going from 5 to 6, right?
No. It's at 8 now. I've upgraded 8 times.
Well, are we going from 7 to 8? Oh, no, 6 to 7, then 7 to 8?
Yes.
So 6 to 7 is going to cost, I believe that's 2, and then 7 to 8 is going to cost 3.
All right. Nice.
So, all right. With that, Larissa is also going to study in the book. Let's see what she gets. And she got kind of a good roll. She got a natural 20. So
wow.
you both seem to be very good at studying this book and all the different fighting techniques. So with that, let's continue forward a little bit. Eventually, your sister comes by at the end of the 5 months.
Hello?
She
Again?
says, "Oh, brother, I've wonderful news."
What's that?
She says, "I've become a full cleric. I've devoted my life to the goddess."
Well, congratulations. I'm very happy for you indeed.
She looks at you and says, "Yes, this is good indeed. Well, I want to move out of the church. She looks at you and Larissa and says, "So,
I turn to Larissa, I say, the couch, and kind of a questioning.
She looks at both of you and says, "Look, this has been a long time coming. You," and she points to you, Grimm, and says, "You need to start pulling your own weight, and you need to start paying rent." And your sister sort of nods her head.
Yes, thank you. I will. Promise.
All right.
Hun.
She tells you that rent will be, for both of you, 2 gold a day.
Fine. Last time I checked, Ava wasn't dating you, though, so I felt like kind of a discount.
Ava looks over at you and says, "You're dating her? And you're using that to try to get a lower rent?"
Of course I am, Ava. It's just, me and my bargaining skills are just so great.
Larissa puts her hand on your shoulder and says, "Hey, look, I would do it for free, but my parents have stopped paying the bills, so we need to carry our own weight. Even I'm going to have to get a job."
Great. Well, yes, 2 gold sounds fine.
All right, well, let's just keep going, I guess. All right, so roll a survival check for the next couple months.
This is actually really cool. I'm having a lot of fun with this. 14.
14.
No! It's a 15! Because I have +1 now.
Nice, dude. I'm gonna just say you get another average of 7 gold, 7 gold a week.
How many months are we doing this?
We're doing this for 3 months, so we need to figure out the stuff for that too.
So we'll just call it
also,
just to make our math easier.
Wait. One week is actually a total of 5 gold, so it makes it easier.
That's what I was literally about to say. You should just let me. So.
Whoa!
5
We got
times
Mr. Math
4,
over here.
5 times 4 is 20. Times 3 is 60.
Okay, so 60 gold, and Ava obviously pays her rent. So. It's mainly just from everything that she's been getting paid. And with that, with all of her free time, she spends just studying the book.
Sweet.
So, with that, I should actually tell you, your sister, or cousin, whatever you want to call her, she's a level 1 cleric.
Cool.
Yes, she's also of the beer domain.
Nice.
So, with that, as we continue, what are you prioritizing in? Just the same thing as you did last time?
Well, now that I'm kind of like still practicing, trying to get stronger, I'm really trying to focus on like, I'm asking, well, no, I'm basically just gonna kind of be like meditating in the sense to like, because now that I'm like getting stronger, kind of like hold my own weight now, I'm really kind of like mentally and physically trying to get ready to like go out there and just try to fight, screwed over my parents and killed them.
All right, so just sort of meditating and trying to find what this like entity is like trying to tell you.
Yes.
All right, so roll a religion check.
Okay. Oh, my wings! Oh no!
Oh, great!
Natural 20, no!
Dude, what in the world?
So, also, roll an investigation.
Oh no. Hey! That's an 11.
Oh my gosh. All right, so you are in a precarious situation here. Because over these next couple months, what's your pool?
9.
9. All right, you tell me. How do you want to distribute those? All you have to do is give me a roleplay reason for it.
All right, a roleplay. So, do you want to make some off limits at all, or?
As long as you can give me a roleplay reason for it that isn't complete BS, I'll allow it.
Okay. I'm not allowed to go over 20?
No, you're not allowed to go over 20.
Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try...
the scaling works with the points?
What?
Some upgrades cost more than others.
I don't think we're doing that now. I think I'm just distributing the 9.
What? No. We are doing that.
Oh, we are doing that?
Yeah. You've been keeping track of like the more costly ones, right? Like 5 to
Yes.
6? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the question, Cameron. Should I just try to grind and make my 20 or keep it at 18?
Make what 20?
My charisma.
What are your other options?
I can do, well, obviously I can do wisdom, intelligence, dexterity. I think I do need to focus quite a bit on strength.
Well, this all depends on just like you said you only have 9 points left.
Yeah.
What is the one you absolutely want to have a lot of that you might not have a lot of now?
Okay. I think what I should probably focus on is strength, dexterity.
Sorry, you keep cutting
Down
out.
quite a bit.
Sorry. Hello?
Hello.
Okay. I think I want to focus on strength, dexterity, and wisdom.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, I'm just basically, I'm going to be working out, but I'm actually going to try to, like, instead of just, like, getting physically built, I also want to, like, work on, like, my movements. So with my attacks, I want to try to become more agile with my sword, to
Okay.
become one with the blade instead of just using it as a weapon and more like myself being the weapon.
Okay.
And then I want to also just continue meditating and trying to figure out what this dream was that I had for focusing my rage also on my parents, of course.
All
And then,
right.
of course, also making sure my relationship with all of my friends is still strong.
So, tell me how you upgrade.
Okay.
Unless you just want me to do it for you.
Well, let's see. One sec. Well, no. So this isn't prioritizing, right? So I can't say I want to.
You just put the points you have left wherever you want them.
Okay. Can I do strength?
Well, how much are you putting in there?
Can I do 2 in strength?
Well, how many times have we upgraded so far?
4.
4. Going to 5 will cost 1. 5 to 6 is going to cost 2.
So that if you update it twice, it will be 3 in total. 3 points in total.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. So, so that's 3 points. You have 6 left.
One in wisdom. That's gonna make it 6.
Okay. So 5 to 6 is 2. And then you only have 1 point left.
No, I don't.
What? Oh, sorry. You had 6 left. So you had 4. You have 4 left.
Yep. Okay. And then I will guess I'll do. This is tough. I guess if I could do. So 6 to 7 is how much?
6 to 7 is okay. So 5 to 6. 6 to 7 is going to be another 2.
And how about 7 to 8?
3.
6 to 7. Yeah, all right. I'll give 1 to dexterity.
Man, you really are going for the whole
And
jack of all
then,
trades.
so that gives me 2. And then I'll put the last 2 in
In what?
intelligence.
Okay, sounds good. So
Unless I get something 2 left over.
okay. Can you tell us your final stats?
Strength going down. 14, 15, 13, 11, 14, 18.
Wow, jack of all trades. So with that, we will also give you a skill proficiency. so we
Okay.
can have it all full circle. So go down your different skill proficiencies, and I'll tell you which ones you can choose from.
Okay.
That
Give me
makes
one sec.
sense.
So the skill proficiencies: acrobatics,
Yep.
animal handling,
Nope.
arcana,
Nope.
athletics,
Yep.
deception,
Nope.
history,
Nope.
insight, intimidation, investigation, medicine, nature, perception,
Perception.
performance, religion, sleight of hand, stealth, and survival.
Survival. So those 4. Acrobatics, athletics, survival, and what was the third one?
Was it deception or intimidation?
No. Is perception.
Perception.
Yeah, those 4. You get to choose one.
Perception, survival, acrobatics. All right, Cameron, which one do you think I should choose?
What are your choices?
Acrobatics, athletics, perception, or survival.
Well, if you're going for more adventurer role, like you're gonna go out exploring a lot more, is that what you're going for? Or are you gonna stay kind of settled in the town with Larissa and go for more of
Oh,
that?
I'm definitely gonna go outside.
All right.
I'm thinking perception, honestly.
Yeah. That does come in handy quite well. Keep in mind your stats. Does any of those, like, could you what is perception? Is your wisdom high enough to where you wouldn't need proficiency with it?
Well, it just helps, you know.
Right.
So if I were to make a perception check without it being whatever, it's just gonna be +2. So it could be +4.
Also, your passive perception is affected by your proficiency bonus, right? I think
Is
so.
it my proficiency or my?
Well, I think it's both.
It was just regular.
Wait, one second. I'll look it up.
stats.
Yeah, I thought it was just 10 plus your wisdom modifier.
Oh, you're right.
Okay. I might do perception. Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
All right, cool. And with that, let us get to the interesting part. As you are meditating through these 3 months, you eventually fall asleep into another almost dreamlike state, but you are awake at the same time. You just seem to be meditating. And with that, you are down at the same corridor, and a voice booms at you. It seems to be the same one as before. He says, "Choose wisely. You are finally ready." And with this, you get to make the choice. With the parents, with you, with you looking down the corridor, or your sister and your girlfriend.
My parents.
All right. So you go down that path, and you wake up. You almost feel enlightened, and you realize that there's more inside of you than you originally thought. I'm going to give you a little choice here that I haven't presented to anyone else, because you pretty much did everything pretty side by side. I'm either going to let you go down this path of meditation, or I'm going to let you go down the path of investigating the book. Each will give you your own class. Would you like me to tell you which ones they are?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, if you wish to keep studying the book, I will allow you to unlock the fighter class. If you wish to keep meditating, I'm going to allow you to become a sorcerer. And
Interesting.
it is a certain subclass that is homebrew. So let me pull it up for you. Since you chose your parents, it's going to bring a certain subclass for you. Give me a second. Oh, dang. My Google Drive's not loading. Yay.
Not at all what I thought I was gonna get, by the way.
Oh, really? What did you think you were going to get?
I have no clue. I didn't think. I don't know how on earth I got sorcerer.
Well, the meditation probably.
Oh yeah.
Well, sorcerer comes from magic within. That's all I'll say.
I see.
Page 147. Let's go there. So this is basically your subclass. You get it at level 1.
Okay.
If you do choose this one, that is. You would get the subclass of Farseer. Do you want me to explain it to you real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Your magic comes from a god of prophecy and I don't know that word. Prognostication. Pronog.
I'm sorry, bro.
Basically prophecy. Who imbued a sliver of their power in your ancestry. Farseers can trace their power through the generations to a single powerful ancestor whose divine gift gave them access to the webs of fate. Some are plagued with visions and omens, having no knowledge of their anguished lineage. Those unfortunate individuals might be driven to madness and ostracization because of their uncontrolled forbidden knowledge. Regardless, the touch of the divine has forever changed you, and your seekings of fate unravel in your view. And it allows you to basically predict things.
That's sick.
So, you guys get to choose. So, just think about it for a little bit. Or you can just
Cameron,
reject
you wanna
both
talk
of
about
them
this?
and just keep living as a level 0.
Really?
You're gonna. What did you say? You're living as a level 0?
Oh, you could reject both and just live as a level 0.
That's
My
weird.
life's so good as it is right now. Why would I change it up? Of course, it's a joke. So Cameron, let me tell you what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So can I look both these up, Riley?
No. Do not, please. Plus, I don't think you'd be able to find the Farseer. The homebrew thing. Here, I'll look up fighter for you since it's like general D&D knowledge. Let me see if you can get anything at first level. And I'll allow you to choose depending on which areas of the book you studied most. Also, just to let you know, Sorcerer's casting ability is their charisma modifier.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
You know what? I think I know what I'm gonna go with, but
Give me a second. Let me just see. Oh, yeah, you do get to choose your fighting style. And I'll let you choose any of them because that book basically contains all of them.
okay. Shoot.
Cameron, what would you choose in this
Yeah.
situation?
Okay. Well. Summarize what the options are again. Don't need to go into detail. Just it's sorcery and fighting.
Yeah.
If you choose fighting, will that like heavily limit his magic options?
Yeah, you won't be able to cast magic if you choose fighting. Unless you choose a certain one, a subclass, but I believe that's at 3rd level.
Okay, and then you said sorcerer, so that would be that's magic, right?
Yeah, that's magic.
Well, for me, if I was in this situation, I would go for more of a fighter because magic hasn't really come up that often in this. But then
That's
again,
my whole thing. But it also makes sense if I
exactly, I
because
think
of
the
the
way this
whole-
has been set up, that would even like if you choose to like accept to actually dive deep into your past, that could awaken like your magic stuff too. So
Uh-huh.
I will say
Man,
the only reason why your sorcerer abilities were unlocked is because you were meditating on your past.
Oh. I know what I'm gonna choose.
What are you gonna
Alright.
choose?
I'm gonna choose to study the book.
The book.
Yep.
I see. That's very interesting. I thought you were totally gonna go for sorcerer. So, let us do some stuff. With studying the book, here's what you get. Real erase your HP. Your HP is going to be completely different now. It's going to be 10 plus your Constitution modifier.
Okay. So 11.
All right, and on the back of one of your papers, just write this down. Armor.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. Yes.
Write an infinity symbol because you have the ability to be proficient in any armor. But you're not proficient in any of them right now. This is just like after you train with armor for a certain amount of time, you'll be able to be proficient in it. And then well, for weapons, write down simple weapon and martial weapons. And then for saving throws, put 2. And for skills, put 2. And obviously you don't get an equipment because we're playing out our backstory. And tell me when you're done.
Finished.
All right. You also get your fighting style. You adopt a particular style of fighting as your specialty. Choose one of the following options. You can't take a fighting style option that is more than once, even if you get it later at chose again. So
I'm probably gonna choose defense.
okay, got it.
But,
and all of them are available to you just because you have that book.
Okay. So defense. Okay, Cameron. This is ask for your help again.
Okay.
So defense gives me a permanent +1 to AC.
You're cutting out pretty bad, dude.
I'm sorry. Hello.
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 Okay. Defense gives me a permanent +1 to my armor class, which is nice. And let's just, what does this do? Okay. Archery gives me a +2 bonus to attack rolls that I make with ranged weapons. Dueling gives me a +2 bonus to damage rolls with a melee weapon in one hand. Great weapon is when I roll a 1 or a 2 on a damage die for that I make with a melee that I'm wielding with. Re-roll it. I have to use the new roll, even if it's a 1 or a 2. That's it. Oh wait, no.
There's protection and 2-weapon fighting.
Yeah, protection is when a creature you can see attacks a target other than you that is within 5 feet of you. You can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on that attack. I must be wielding a shield though. That's sick, actually. Paladin should have chose that. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, true.
All right.
What website are you looking at, just so I can?
D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond.
And what you're looking at?
The fighting styles. I'm trying to decide between.
And this will affect your character pretty heavily.
Yeah, I'm trying to think between defense, dueling, and am I gonna be rocking a shield? I don't know. Probably
Also,
not.
did we tell you? Okay, Ben.
Yes.
This might affect your decision. I read up a little bit on dual wielding, and any character can dual wield. Basically, all you do is make it a regular attack roll, and then everything is regular with your on-hand weapon, like your dominant hand, and with your offhand, you can also attack. You just don't add your proficiency or your modifier, and it's just a regular attack roll.
Really?
So you can dual wield. Anyone can dual wield.
Nice. I will say I was definitely not thinking I was gonna get this class at all. But interest. I'm excited to play as a fighter.
I'm looking at D&D Beyond. I can't see where all the options you were listing are.
You might not have it unlocked because I think you need to pay for it.
Probably not.
No,
Just
you
look
don't.
up Oh, you don't? You sure?
It's just D&D Beyond fighter. Fighting style.
Well, are you leaning towards any particular one?
I think you said dueling and protection, right?
Yeah, give me 1 sec.
So, Cameron, is this what you expected for Ben's character?
I don't know what I expected. I mean, seems. I don't know. Yeah. I feel like it will probably be more. There. Well, right now there's not really. Right now he's just at the catalyst of his potential, what he can do. So moving forward is where all the real crazy stuff I feel is about to happen. I wasn't expecting sorcery, but since he didn't choose it, not too surprised. Yeah, fighter does make a bit more sense though. I think, at least for I don't know. They were both made sense.
Mm-hmm. You had
But
one that you were like thinking that he would be.
I'm not. I don't really know all the classes that there are, so
Oh,
I
okay.
wasn't really making any guesses. Um, hmm. So dueling and protection.
Yeah. Which one would you pick?
I don't know.
I
Probably-
like- I like dueling a little bit.
Yeah. That seems pretty good, especially if he just holds on to that sword
Uh-huh.
and nothing else.
I think I've made my decision.
Okay.
Okay.
Ben, you're cutting out real bad.
I'm probably gonna go with dueling.
Okay. Sounds
Yeah, that's
good.
what we were talking about.
All right. So
Yeah.
make sure you write that down in somewhere. That you what is it? You gain +2 to your damage rolls. As long as you're wielding one weapon and no other weapons with one hand.
Dang. So, yeah, I did not think I was gonna get this.
Yeah. Did you have a prediction?
I had a prediction. Yeah,
What was it?
I thought I was gonna get like Blood Hunter or something.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
As much as I joke about it.
Uh-huh. So, you also get Second Wind. You have a limited wall of stamina that you draw to protect yourself from harm. On your turn, you can use a bonus action to regain hit points equal to 1d10 plus your fighter level. Once you use this feature, you must finish a short or long rest before you can use it again.
Second Wind. That's cool. That's sick, actually.
All right. So, Larissa's also going to be studying, and she's also going to choose the fighter class.
Nice. What were her options?
Her options? She didn't have any other than fighter.
I see. Are you able to tell me like what other things I could have got if I did certain things differently?
It was mainly just choosing the path that you wanted when you're in meditation mode. It was either you're going to your past, to yourself, or to others for your power, and you chose the past.
What would the others got me?
It would just be other sorcerer subclasses that I chose.
I see. Cool. I almost chose sorcerer, but I'm really bad at like spell casting in this game, so what? Keep it on the ground.
All right, give me a second. because I'm going to have to. Well, I guess it depends on what you want to do. So I'll keep playing this out. Continuing with what we have. You eventually gain the ability to fight with your sword pretty well. You don't have proficiency in it yet, but I'm going to allow you to basically play out the next couple months however you want. Do you want to keep doing adventures? Do you want to persuade them to go out somewhere? I mean, you're the first one who has ever done this. So, how do you want to do this?
What do you mean? First one to ever do what?
Well, Ronnie obviously got to level 1, and then we ended. And then also Davis got to level 1, and then we ended. So, you're the first one who's ever gotten the ability to just, like, go out without instantly dying.
Yeah.
You can choose to stay in Nabia, though.
I would like to check on Lilro with my gold.
All right.
You know?
I would recommend not doing that out of character.
Okay, can you tell me why out of character?
Because I haven't asked him yet what he wants to do or how quickly he wants to do it. So I don't know at this point how much he's gotten along with developing it.
I see. Okay, then never mind.
At this point, I will tell you he has just become a full-time alchemist, so he might have more free time. I don't know.
Maybe he wants to adventure with me, whatever. Just kidding. Does Ava have any weapons?
Ava? No, she does not.
Well, let's go buy her some weapons, at least.
Okay, so with that, I'm going to ask for us to take a little break because I need to make character sheets for both of them.
Dang.
Ben, you will be able to influence a little bit of their equipment / what I give them, just because you were kind of training with them. And plus, I mean, they are your party members, so you would be able to ask them certain things. So with that, I don't want to bore the audience, of course, so I will be right back. All right, and we're back. Sorry about that that little break we had there. I had to make full 2 characters for Grimm's party. So,
But we did it.
we did it.
Hilarious if you just left him there.
Yeah. All right, and that's it for today, folks. So, stay tuned. Again,
I was talking about the characters. Ben just leaves without him.
Oh, yeah. Thanks,
Yeah, I
Grimm.
might kill them.
Bro, that'd be epic. Tell me, what do you do?
Oh my gosh. This
You have
is
so
crazy.
much to do. You can do a lot of things here.
I don't know. Did you change your screen from the be right back sign?
Yes, I did. You have a
Oh,
delay, so don't worry
I
about
do
it.
have a delay. I'm stupid. I am gonna. Wow. I don't know what to do.
Man, I'm glad that we took that freaking 20-minute break and you didn't think of anything.
Well, okay. So when I saw the elf going away, which direction did he go?
He was heading. Let's see. Let's pull up the world map real quick. All right, this is where Ben is. He seemed to be heading east. This is Nabia.
I guess we're going east.
All right, so like, why?
I want to just try to like maybe see if I can catch up with him. See, because he seemed like he knew what he was doing.
Okay.
So there has to be adventure where he's going. So
Okay. So, what do you tell your party members?
well, first things first. I believe we should be going east.
Ava
when the
asks why.
When the elf visited Helm, I saw him going off in the direction wherever he was going to look to see like he was an elf on a mission. I
Ava
want to be a
looks
part
at
of that mission.
Ava looks at you and says, "Didn't you show up like 2 years ago?"
And I've been thinking about it ever since.
She asks, "Well, how are we going to find him, and where are we going to know to stop?"
Well, I mean, we could definitely follow the road and go.
You keep cutting out.
We could definitely follow the road, go to some towns, ask about.
All right.
But first, you do need a weapon.
She says yes, but we should figure out where we're going first. She turns towards Larissa and says, "Well, what are your thoughts on the matter?" And Larissa looks at you and says, "Well, I understand why you want to go find this elf, and that's very brave of you, but let's make sure stupidity isn't clouding our judgment." And she looks at you and says, "1, you have no idea where he comes from or where he's going. 2, you saw him last about 2 years ago. 3, you know the general direction in which he was heading. Maybe he was just making a stop before going somewhere else in a different direction. 4, we have never been in that direction."
We haven't been anywhere. So we're going to have to start somewhere. If I said we're going to go up north, you guys would give me the same exact answer.
Probably. But the only thing I will say is maybe we should just stay in this area for a little bit. I mean, I'm sure there's stuff to do around here,
I've been here for my entire life.
but never in the
No.
wilderness.
So you want to explore the wilderness?
Well,
Kill
I
some
mean,
make-believe squirrels.
listen, we have no idea what's out there.
Okay. Well, let's take a vote. There's 3 of us. We should come to some conclusion.
Well, I mean, can't we just talk it out?
Yes, fine. Ava, where would you like to go? Or
Ava looks over at you and says, "Well, I'd love to explore places that I've never been before, but I also want to make sure we have a plan before we go anywhere."
I agree. That makes sense. Well, you know that the local work is not necessarily the best type of work.
So Larissa pipes up and she says, "So let's just explore around this local area. I mean, there's miles and miles and miles of wilderness that hasn't been explored very much."
Fine. Let's do that. But first, we do need to buy Ava a weapon of some sort, or she needs to buy one.
At least we can agree on that. And do you guys head over to the weaponry shop?
Yes.
All right. So what would you guys like to buy?
I already have my sword. Wait, is it just a regular long sword?
Yes, it is a regular longsword.
So it's not magical at all?
It doesn't seem to be. It's not a longsword, it's a short sword.
Short sword, so it's a D6.
Yes.
Okay.
It's also light.
Yes. Ava, go ahead and buy yourself a weapon that will best suit you. I'm gonna go over to the blacksmith and buy some armor.
Okay. Also, I'll tell you how much gold they have each. So in their equipment. Okay, let's see. Ava has about 200 GP saved up over her lifetime, and Larissa, on the other hand, has about 50 GP that she saved up.
Great. Well, Ava, buy yourself a weapon. I'm gonna go over here.
You keep cutting out.
I basically just said buy them. I told Ava to buy herself a weapon. I'm gonna go over to the blacksmith and buy some armor.
All right. So with Larissa and Ava, what should we have them buy for equipment?
I feel like a mace just suits Larissa. I mean, Ava.
Okay, so currently Larissa only has a short sword.
She needs some type of bow or crossbow.
Okay, so she has a short sword, and then Ava doesn't have anything. So let's start with Larissa. Let's get the shopping done in order. So we'll end with you, Grimm, as long as you're fine with that.
All good.
So Larissa has 50 GP to spend.
Yeah.
Okay, she also has calmer clothes. And then Ava has fine clothes. So, what should Larissa buy? Should we start with weapons first?
Yes.
All right, let's see what we got here. So, at the weaponry shop, you basically have the choice of, you can either do simple melee weapons, martial melee weapons, or you can. She knows of a Fletcher slash Bowyer that has ranged weapons and martial ranged weapons.
Yeah, go to the Fletcher.
Okay, so they have light crossbows, short bows, hand crossbows, heavy crossbows, and long bows.
What would best suit her, you think?
I don't know. Depends on what role she's going to be playing in the party. She doesn't really have any experience. That's why I'm not sure.
That's true.
And plus, she will not be proficient in any of these.
Yeah.
And whatever you give her now, she's going to be starting to practice with.
Same as all of us.
Yeah.
The
The only one you can't afford with her money right now is a hand crossbow.
So, what are the damage for some of the bows?
Which ones are you wanting? The simple ranged ones or the martial ranged ones?
What are the, martial?
Martial. Okay, so got the heavy crossbow and the long bow. Let me look it up. Okay. Heavy crossbow is a range of 100 feet. It's a D10. It's piercing. Long
Yeah.
bow
How much is that?
is a range of 150 feet, and it's a D8.
We'll do the longbow. Or
Okay.
the D10 one.
Okay, heavy crossbow. Let us see here. Let me write this down. So, here are her attacks. Okay, attacks. Okay. We got first up, the short sword. That's a D6, right?
Yes.
Okay, 1d6 plus, that is a dexterity modifier, right? Dex mod. All right, then we have the heavy.
Is it dexterity?
Since it's finesse, you can choose to do either dex or strength.
I see. Okay.
So, okay, and that, okay. That, on the other hand, is a D10. 1d10. That's plus, I believe, ranged weapons are dexterity modifier, right?
Yes. Sleight of hand.
Okay. And that's a two-handed weapon, and it also has the heavy property. Let's see what that is. D&D weapon. Okay. Okay, so it's heavy. Small creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls. Heavy weapons size and bulk make it too large for a small. She's a medium creature, so who cares? Then also has loading, which means because the time required to load this weapon, you can fire only one piece of ammunition from it with use an action, a bonus action or a reaction to fire it from it. When you use an action, bonus action or reaction to fire it, regardless of the numbers of attacks you normally make.
Does the longbow have a reload thing or no?
1 second. Okay, so loading it costs an action, but you can fire it with a bonus action, reaction, or action.
I'd probably just do the longbow.
Oh, so you want to change it?
Probably, yeah.
Okay,
The reloading
longbow.
thing kind of sucks.
Long bow. Okay. Let's go back to that. Okay, longbow. So, that is ammunition. Obviously, you have to have ammunition for it. It's heavy, so blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. Ranged. Range. Yeah, we already know that. It's two-handed, so that's about it. The longbow is a D8, so that's 1d8 plus your dex modifier. Dex mod. And with that, she has no arrows. And that did, I believe, take all of her money.
I'll pay for some arrows.
All right. So Larissa now has no money, by the way.
Yeah, I'll buy some arrows.
Okay, 0 GP. How many arrows are you buying?
Like how much can I get?
Well, first, she doesn't have a quiver, so she can't hold the arrows very effectively.
Okay, so to buy a quiver and then some arrows.
Okay. So for 20 arrows, it's just 1 GP. And for a quiver, it's 1 GP.
Okay, yeah.
So
I'll
minus
buy
2
her
GP.
40 arrows and one.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. You said 40, right?
Yes.
And they just seem to be regular arrows. So 40 arrows and a quiver. All right. So, with that, is there anything else she should get or you want to buy for her?
No.
All right. So with that, she has a short sword and a longbow and 40 arrows. All right, going to Ava now. She can obviously cast quite a bit of spells, but she doesn't have any, well, she has fine clothes, but that's about it.
Let's see.
And she also has yeah, she has a holy symbol. So, what should she buy?
What's a weapon that would best suit her?
Weapon. I don't know. I can look through some different weapons if you'd like.
We're talking
So-
to Ava here.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is Ava. For clerics, the weapons that she can become proficient at are simple weapons. So I wouldn't recommend any martial weapons.
Okay, so yeah, definitely.
Okay, so
Definitely
simple
simple.
weapons. Simple. So she can do simple ranged or simple melee. So you're going towards more of the range path or melee path for her?
Or melee for her.
Okay. Well, all of them range in cost, but there's clubs, daggers, great clubs, hand axes, javelins, light hammer, mace, quarterstaff, sickle, and spear.
I feel like a mace would fit her.
Mace? I mean, that's normal cleric stuff, so yeah. So, do you want her to buy what you said, a mace, right?
Yes.
It's going to cost 5 GP. It's going to do 1d6 bludgeoning. It's 4 pounds.
I see. Yeah.
All right, so let's do some attacks here. Okay. All right, so she has a mace that does 1d6. That is bludgeoning, by the way. And that cost 5 GP, so let's minus 5 out of there. 195. So she has 195 gold. Anything else for her?
And then I'm just hoping everyone kind of goes over to the. And we'll buy
The
some
what?
armor.
The armor
I
shop?
think everyone just needs to buy some armor.
Okay. Sounds good. Do you want to do Ava and Larissa's armor first?
Yeah.
Okay, obviously, Larissa can be proficient in any armor, just as you are. Ava, on the other hand, let's see. Okay. They can be proficient in light armor, medium armor, and shields, so no heavy armor for her.
I see. Well, yeah, I mean, I want everyone to have them two to have an AC of 15, so whatever that costs.
AC of 15. It's very vague. Here, one second. See if I can pull it up for you. So for her, it would be light or medium. Do you want us to buy a shield for her or no?
I want to buy a shield for Ava.
Just for Ava. So, not Larissa then, because she has two. She has a two-handed weapon, right?
Correct.
Okay. So you buy a shield, or she buys a shield. That's cost 10 GP. So I'll add that. Ava shield. Mace. Okay. So her AC is gonna go up by 2. I still need to calculate AC. What is AC? It's 10 plus your dex modifier, right? Or I guess we should just do armor first, and then AC. So for her, light armor to get. You said you want lowest is 15.
Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna be a little hard.
Why?
To get to 15, you'd need either scale mail or chain shirt. That would be the least expensive for you. Both cost 50 GP. One is 13.
50?
Yeah, one is 13 plus your dex modifier, and the other is 14 plus your dex modifier, but you have disadvantage. It also costs 45 pounds, while the other is 20 pounds.
How about 14? Like, all right, can I go? What's one underneath that?
One underneath the 14 plus dex modifier?
Yeah.
Disadvantage? That would be the 13 plus dex modifier.
13 plus
That's a chain shirt.
How much is that?
It's 50 GP.
50?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I want to... All right. How about this? What is...
The one under that? Okay, the one under that is 12 plus your dex. That's 10 GP.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, that's hide armor. So, you want her to buy that?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's 10 GP, so she has 185 now. And she also has hide armor. Also in this game, you do need to pay attention to durability of armor, shields, and weapons, and even clothes.
Okay.
So, yes. Okay. So hide armor. Let's do our AC. So AC is going to be what, 12 plus dex plus another 2 for shield? Right?
Yep.
So 12, 13, 14, 15. That'll be 15. With their shield out, of course. So, that gives it up for Ava. Now Larissa. What kind of armor do you want her to have?
Pretty much the same thing.
Oh, just the same one?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'll pay for that one.
So, but no shield though, right? You want to pay for that one?
Because she can't afford
Oh, that's
anything.
true.
She's
That's
broke.
true. Okay. So AC is going to be 12, 13, 14. That'll be 14 AC for her. And then obviously we have you, as long as you're done with Ava and Larissa.
Yes.
Okay. So what do you want to buy?
So, I want to have a high AC.
Okay. Well, we got weapons and armor that you can buy. So
Okay. Let's do armor first.
okay, armor first. Obviously you're proficient in all. You can be proficient in all armor, so it doesn't really matter from that standpoint.
Let's do a medium armor because I don't want disadvantage.
Okay, do you want to do the 10 GP one or the 50 GP one?
50 is what?
50 is either the 13 plus dex or 14 plus dex, and you have disadvantage on stealth.
Yikes. I'll do 13 plus dex.
Okay. And that's only going to be like 20 pounds. So also that's another
Okay.
thing to worry about is like how much you're carrying.
Yeah.
Every once in a while I'll ask your equipment, and then I'll calculate how much that'll weigh on you, and then I'll have to encumber you if it's too much.
Alrighty.
So, make sure you put a minus 50 GP from your total, and also put in your inventory chain shirt.
I'm buying a shield too.
Okay, that's another 10 GP.
Yep. Alright.
Anything else? We have weapons.
Probably buy a weapon.
All right, what are you looking for? Simple melee, range,
Rapier.
a rapier. Rapier. All right, so that's martial melee. And that would cost 25 GP, and that's 1d8 piercing. Is that what you want? And it's finesse.
Yes.
All right. So, also, do you just want it made out of regular iron from the weaponsmith?
I mean, what's the difference if I get it made with the silver?
Well, mainly durability.
I'll do that then, yeah.
So, do you just want regular iron?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or no. Which one's more durable?
Well, there are different metals you can use. If you use, okay, one second.
Sorry. Silver or,
Well, they do not allow silver here. They don't have enough, like, silver ore to do that.
steel?
Yes, there's steel, which will obviously upgrade the durability quite a bit. But there's also another one. Okay, there's also bronze weapons, which break very easily, but is going to cost you half.
No, we'll just go for good durability.
Okay, sounds good. Cool. So that's just going to cost you, what, 25 GP?
Yep.
All right. You do not have a place to sheath it, though. So,
Yeah, I do.
well, you have that for your short sword.
Oh, oh yeah. Could I go to the tailor and just add on?
Yes, you can.
things? Yeah.
All right. So that's just going to cost 1 gold.
Yeah. We'll do that.
All right. So you make a second sheath. on the other side?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
So he does it. For
I want like 2 on the back.
oh yeah, sure, that's completely fine.
Sweet.
So he upgrades your thing. So now you have a sheath on the side and 2 on the back.
Yep.
That's just 1 gold. On the other hand, for Larissa, she does not have a place to put her sword. So do you want to buy her one for the tailor?
Yes. Yeah, I'll buy everyone.
Okay. Well, the mace, you can't really put that away. So
True.
she's going to need a backpack, which cost... yeah. Okay. Ava's gonna need a backpack. Larissa's gonna need a sheath. So sheath is gonna cost 1 GP. So minus that off. And then Ava can spend her own, obviously. So let's see. Where the heck is it? Backpack's gonna cost 2 GP. So I'm just gonna minus that off.
Got it.
All right. So,
And can you go to a be right back screen?
oh yeah, sure. We will be right back. We're gonna take a short break. And we're back. Okay, so is there any more shopping you want to do before heading out?
No.
You sure about that?
I am sure.
Okay, Larissa lets you know that we don't have any food.
Okay, we'll buy some food.
So how much food do you want to buy?
Enough.
Enough. That is relative. So, you need to eat at least twice a day. I know you haven't been able to like really feel that yet, but because since Larissa's been cooking all this time, but if you're gonna just take rations with you, those will last you about a couple weeks before they start going bad since they're preserved. But if you buy something else, it might change. Let's find rations on here. Okay, rations will last you 1 day. So you can eat it twice in 1 day.
So
And
it don't
each
last- Oh, I see.
that's just for eating. They're gonna cost 5 silver points each.
Yeah, I'll buy however much I need.
Well, I mean, how many days are you spending on gonna do out there?
I've got no clue. We're all winging this.
Well, I mean, this is kind of important food. That is
All right, fine. I'll buy 7 rations.
for everyone.
8. Yeah.
Okay, so 7 each.
Yes.
Okay. Ava can pay for her own. So what's 7
Good.
times 5? That's 35, right?
35, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's 83 minus 35?
Calculator man, attack. What'd you say? 83 minus 35?
Yep.
48.
Okay, 48. Thank you. And then you're gonna buy 2, so you're gonna buy 7 for each. So for you, it's gonna cost about 35 times 2, which is
70.
70. That's gonna cost you 70 gold. Or 70. No, sorry. This is silver.
So 7 gold.
7 gold, yes, that is correct.
Okay. Can I try bargaining that price and taking them?
You try.
Yeah. All right. I'll definitely do that.
So, what do you say?
I'll roleplay it, I guess. You know, since we're, kind of protecting the city, do you think we get like half on these since we're buying so much?
He looks over at you and says, "Oh, you're one of the guards?"
No, we're more of adventurers. We help.
Oh, you're
make
freelancers.
sure- we make sure that the creatures don't get to the guards.
Oh, don't worry. This place is a paradise. We never have to worry about monsters.
It's because we're out there doing the stuff.
Make a persuasion check. Or, I guess in this case, deception check.
Okay. 16.
He looks over at you and says, "Well, if you really are going to be out there, is this your first time?"
Well, first time over here in the wilderness.
You cut out. Sorry, what'd you say?
I said first time over here in the wilderness.
Oh, so you've been here all your life and now you're just adventuring out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since it's your first time, I'll minus 1 gold off of that.
Got it. Thank you.
All right. All right, and with that, is there anything else that you want to get?
No.
All right, so...
Unless someone reminds me otherwise.
All right, of course. With that should be it. Although, they do tell you that you will probably need flasks as well.
Oh my gosh. I'll buy some flasks.
All right, that'll just be 1 silver each. So
Got it.
just minus 3 silver off of you.
Ava's buying her own.
Okay. I will minus 1 silver off of Ava's gold. GP. Okay. And, that will be 9 SP. Okay. So everyone has a flask now also. For water. And you fill it up before your journey.
Yes.
All right, and with that, I can't think of anything. Can you, Cameron?
No, I'm good. I think
When you
that's
get
it.
haircuts?
You can.
No.
Okay. Well, I think we're all ready to go. With that, I think we should leave it off till next session.
Yay.
So, that was a pretty fun one. I like that
That
one.
was fun. Good
Yeah,
job.
you got your class and everything.
Finally.
Yeah. All right, so thank you all for watching this pretty long session. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And make sure you stay tuned for the next session. I believe tomorrow we're having Ronnie's. So please stay tuned, and good night.